This is a review of the new Amplicomms M9000 smartphone as featured in a recent article in the Sun newspaper. This is the first smartphone from the German manufacturer Amplicomms. It's an extra loud smartphone, so it has up to 40 decibels of incoming voice volume, which makes it the loudest on the market along with several other non-smartphone designs. It also has a 90 dB ringer volume, which by way of comparison an overhead jet would be considered around 110 decibels, so 90 decibels is significantly loud in terms of ringer volume. It really is a great design of smartphone. We'll go into some of the more details as to how it functions and the screen, touch screen, and the way it's laid out in a moment. But if we look at the outside of the phone first of all, you've got various buttons that you can use down here to access certain parts of the phone. This would be the home page or the home section of the phone. This would revert back to the previous page, and this tiles or gives you different layout of the actual screen itself. On the side of the phone you have a volume control, minus and plus, and also you can see here the charging point of the phone itself. There is nothing down this side of the phone, so that when you're holding it you don't necessarily find yourself adjusting buttons by error or by mistake. On the reverse of the phone you have two things. You have got the 5 megapixel camera, which is extremely powerful and a very good resolution, so great pictures can be taken with that. And you've also got an SOS button. This SOS button is designed, when pressed, to contact a pre-recorded and a pre-listed collection of names and numbers, and plays a message to suggest that the owner of this phone is in requirement or in need of some emergency help. So if we now actually have a look at the phone itself and we look at the screen, you can save any particular picture you like as your home page. But one of the key things about this particular model, obviously it's completely touchscreen, and you can see that it's got some really simple, easy to use icons laid out here that you can access. This one obviously will access your phone itself to enable calls to be made in a keypad. This one is your call log and call history. Here would be any messages, be those SMS text messages or MMS messages with pictures. This would be your list of contacts. This is your photo gallery, and this would immediately access the camera function on the phone. And the M1, M2 and M3 buttons are speed dials to 3 pre-recorded names and numbers for you to be able to access immediately your 3 most popular numbers. You can use the touch screen to scroll between the various additional screens on this particular model. You can access the internet. You've got an MP3 function, alarms, the various settings that you can use to control the phone, a good calendar, and then the SOS settings that will determine who and how the SOS function that's shown on the rear will actually work. So those are the main screen settings that you can see. In terms of some of the benefits of this particular model, above and beyond the fact that you've got a touch screen smartphone, because it's an Android phone, you can access over 100,000 apps now available through Google Play. So you can really personalize and customize this phone to suit. There are an awful lot of really good apps now for various things, including staying in contact. Some of these emergency features can be improved upon and added to. And obviously you've got, should you desire, you've got games, but you've also got things like FaceTime and Skype and various other things that you can use a smartphone for are available through this particular model. The key thing, I guess, in summary about this phone is that you've got high amplification, the loudest voice volume that you can find on the market, also a very loud ringer. So it brings with it a great deal for those that have got some degree of hearing loss, but doesn't really compromise in terms of the functionality that you can expect from a modern smartphone. So if you're looking for something similar to an iPhone or a Samsung, but you just need it to be louder and clearer, and it does have this great interface that makes navigating through it very much simpler, then this would make the perfect model for you. In any event, as with all models and phones offered by Hearing Direct, We have a great expert team here available you can speak to. You can call us on our free phone number, which is 0800 032 1301, anytime during the working week 9 till 5, or alternatively outside of those hours you can email us at customerservices@hearingdirect.com.